711 is probability fractions and spinners. So the objective is to review basic ideas of probability, including fairness and expected results, and to guide the application of fractions to spinners. So let's do this. Mental math and reflexes. I want you to think of the appropriate fractions and basic probability terms on. You actually don't have to write them on your slates. I just want you to think about them in your head. So first of all, there are 5 red and 5 blue blocks in the bag. What are the chances of picking a red block? Well, let's review this first of all. What is our numerator going to be? It's going to be the number of the color of the block that they're asking for. So if they're asking what are the chances of picking a red block, the number 5 is going to be on the top. What's the denominator going to be, or the number down on the bottom? It's going to be the total that are possible. Well, the total here are 5 red, 5 blue, so 10 blocks. So the chances of picking a red block are 5 out of 10, or 1/2, or a 50-50 chance. So what am what's my fraction or my chance of picking a blue block? Well, again, blue blocks, there's 5. That's my numerator. My total is still the same. 5 and 5 is 10. So it's the same as the red block. It's 5 out of 10, half, or a 50-50 chance. And what about the green block? Well, there isn't any green. So it's 0 out of 10, which is impossible to pick. So let's do the next one. There are 3 red, 1 blue, and 2 green blocks in the bag. What are the chances of picking a red block? I'm hoping you said 3. And what's the total for our denominator? Well, if we add the 3 that were the red, the 1 that is the blue, and the 2 that are the green, you would notice it's 3 out of 6, half, or a 50-50 chance. How about that blue block? Well, there's only 1, and we still only have 3 red, 1 blue, and 2 green total, so it's going to be 1 out of 6. That's pretty unlikely, or very unlikely, that we will choose that blue block, because every time we stick in our hand out of 6 times, we really only had a chance of getting it 1, because there was only the 1 blue block. Now, how about that green block? Well, that's 2. Well, it's still 2 out of 6, so that's a third, so it's still unlikely. Now, how did 2, 6 become a third? Well, look at, they're both even numbers. So if we divide 2 divided by 2, that's 1. And if we divide 6 divided by 2, that's 3. So they are equivalent fractions. And the final one. There are 25 red, 25 blue, 20 green, and 30 yellow blocks in the bag. So what are the chances of picking a red or a blue block? So I have to add the red, 25, with the blue, 25, for a total of 50. But there are also, that's my numerator, but there's also 20 green and 30 yellow. So 50 plus 20 is 70, plus 30 is 100. So my chances of picking a red or a blue is 50 out of 100, or look again, half, because 50 is half of 100, or a 50-50 chance. My chance of picking a green block? Well, green there were 20. So 20 out of how many? We add them all again. 25, and 25 is 50, and 20 is 70, and 30 is 100. So 20 out of 100. Or if I divide them both by 10, 20 divided by 10 is 2, 100 divided by 10 is 10, and then if I cut both of those numbers in half, 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 10 divided by 2 is 5. Pretty unlikely that I will pick a green block. Now how about a yellow block? Well, if the green block was 20 out of 100, there were 30 yellow blocks, so it'd be 30 hundredths. Or, again, how does 3/10 become an equivalent fraction? I know that 30 divided by 10 is 3, and 100 divided by 10 is 10. still pretty unlikely that I would choose a yellow block. So, dice often are used in games. They determine how far a player can move. They're used to determine numbers that are used in the game. You cannot know which number will come up on a die. Alright, meaning that if you roll the die, what numbers are on that die? The number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or dots representing that number. You should have a fair die. There must be an equal chance for it to land with any one of its faces up. So what are some other devices that you use? For the same purpose as dice? Well, you might use a spinner or a coin or number cards. Go to math boxes for 7-Eleven. Do the math boxes and then go up to the Student Journal Math Answer Key and check your answers. Be sure if you struggle, again, to look in your SRB on the pages that they provide to help you work through the problems. And as always, if you still can't get it, come back to the table to me. And the final step is to do Study Link 7-Eleven. So on this one, you're going to design your own spinner with as many colors as you wish. Use a pencil until you are satisfied with your work, and then color your spinner. Just remember, it can't be all one color, preferably more than 2 to 3. Then describe your spinner. What are the chances, if you had a paper clip on it, that you would land on one of the colors you have? And go ahead and fill in that answer. And then bring it back to me if you struggle, but turn it in if you're completely done and think you've mastered it.